last game, Matt, is Arboretum. Planted some trees.
Plant trees. It was designed by Dan Cassar. The artist was Philippe Guérin and Chris Quilliams, and published by Z-Man Games. Real quick on the artist. These are the guys that did Battle at Kimball.
Kimball's Cascade?
I'm messing the name up on it now. But yes, which is weird.
Did you just remember that because we just...
I remember, funny enough, from reading all the artists' names, I was like, these guys' names sound really familiar. So Boardgamegeek, I looked at it. It was like, look at that.
That's awesome.
So...
Yeah.
It's paying off. I'm remembering artist names. So.
I wouldn't peg that because that game is totally different.
I know that's another reason I wanted to say it, because it's like you would never get it.
I do the art's it's minimalist, I guess, or whatever you want to say it. I mean, it's just trees, but it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
I like the box.
Yes.
I like anytime they use that foil print.
The gold inlay kind of look or whatever.
I remember in Diamonds they had the silver on the cards.
Okay.
Looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in Arboretum, you basically... all right, without comparing it to another game, I'll just explain how this one works. You've got a giant deck in the middle. You play with up to 5 players. We played at 4, but I'm pretty...
Good question. I don't know.
Could you play at 5? I don't remember now. Well, anyway, you can at least play it up to 4. Matt's going to look this up on the fly. We're doing it live. Anyway, so... You've got a deck of cards. You've got all these different colors of trees. Each tree has numbers 1 through 8. So essentially, all that's on your card is a color and a number, except the color represents a tree. And what you're trying to do is on your turn, you get 2 draws, but then you have to discard 1 and you have to play 1. So when you draw...
4.
Is it 4? Okay. So when you draw, everybody has their own discard pile that you discard into, but it goes around the main deck. So when you draw, you can draw from the top card of any other player's discard, or including yours, I guess.
Right.
Or the top of the deck. You're going to play 1 card face up in front of you, and another card you have to discard into your discard pile. Is that right?
Yes. Sorry, okay. I blanked out on you.
You're looking at me like I was wrong, and I'm like...
the sickness.
Correct me, yeah. So the what you're trying to do in front of you, though, is build a grid of trees, but at the end of the game, you're kind of doing this like little... hopscotch kind of scoring system,
right? Where
you start with 1 tree and you jump to the tree that's adjacent, like orthogonally adjacent, like up, down, left, right, and you can only go up in numbers. So you might go 1, 3, go down to a 5, go down to a 6, go right to a 7, and then right to an 8, something like that.
Right.
Ideally, you want all those to be of the same color. They may not be, but the first and last number do need to be, and it has to at least be 4 jumps. So 4 cards have to make up your line, essentially. Okay. Anyway, you do that the whole game, and at the end of the game, what's interesting is that you have a hand of cards, by the way. You got like 7, so you're always going to have like 7 cards in your hand, because you always draw 2 and get rid of them, so you end up with a 7. What's interesting at the end is the way the scoring works, because you have to, basically, let's say we're scoring yellow. Everybody gets rid of the cards they had in their hand. Whoever has the highest point total scores yellow. Whoever, because there's 1 through 8. So I might have a 4 and a 3, which was 7, but you only have the 6. So I would score yellow, you don't.
Right.
And then the second thing is you might hold the 8. It might be the most powerful card, but the 1 cancels it out. Mm-hmm. So there's a little bit of trying to guess what people have and make sure you kind of see. If you can card count, you'll probably do a lot better at this game than I did, at least. Anyway, that's pretty much the game, right? Am I missing anything?
No, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. And so it's the reason I didn't want to compare it to another game earlier, but it pretty much is a up to 4-player version of Lost Cities. Did you ever play that?
No, but in refreshing for this, that comparison got made a whole lot.
Yeah. It very much has the feel of Lost Cities, except for in Lost Cities you're drawn from different discard piles, but they're kind of like you could put into any one of them and stuff. Mm-hmm. Or you're putting the color of the card in it, I guess. But it really is very similar. What did you think about this? You've played this multiple times now.
Yeah, second time playing it. I think you did okay your first time playing it, but I could see where a lot of people would have trouble on their first time. Because it is kind of quick. It's quick, and I feel like it is a game you want to play once first,
they kind of get why you're trying to do stuff and why what you just did is a bad play. Because you don't want to put a 6 next to a 4, because now how are you going to get that 4 and a 5, or not a 6, but like say you put a 6 next to a 1. Well, that's a huge jump. You have no more cards to jump to.
Right.
So you have to do this like roundabout thing. If you put the 1 and the 6 left to right of each other, then you have to, from the 1, you have to go up and then right and then down just to add on to it. So you're kind of like, you want to place them in some sort of order where you can put perfect placements just in case, depending on the colors and stuff. You got to pay attention to what the other players are doing, trying to score.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of thinking.
Keep track of what's already been played. Hopefully you ain't hoping on a card to come that's already been played.
Yeah.
It's a lot of keeping track of what other people are doing. Also, the holding the cards back. If you just want to try and block somebody, make sure you can score yours, if anything. So I don't know. It sounds a lot more complex when you're getting it explained to you, but once you play through it once, it clicks really easy. So
yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, maybe a third the way through the game, I was like, I got this. But I was a little bit experienced with Lost Cities, so maybe I had a little bit leg up.
Yeah, I remember the first time me and Eric played it on Tabletop Day with 2 guys we had just met there. They had played it before. And I didn't understand it until I officially saw the scoring, how it happened.
How bad did they destroy you?
Actually, the one guy did pretty good. I think I might have came in second. I'm pretty sure. I think I did all right, but his score was a lot higher than mine. So in the sense of destroying, I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh, gotcha. So there was a big gap between first and second place.
Also, another thing was me being inexperienced. I wasn't understanding that I was feeding him and helping him out.
That's true, yeah, because if that person's doing a bunch of green cards and you happen to put the one that they have a spot for.
It took me about 3 times to figure out I'm sitting here helping this dude out. So, and
which you could do to your advantage because you can help them out with lower cards, but make sure you're holding high ones.
Right.
So you're kind of like making them play off stuff that they don't need. They're playing things they don't need, or they have no way to score it at the end because maybe you got the 7 and the 6.
Right.
I mean, what are they going to do? That is one thing I did not like about the game. I'm not saying it didn't work well, but I don't like games where it's all or nothing. And I feel like at the end of the game, I lost tons of points because I didn't score. Like, I got it. When we're playing 4 players, I was trying to go for 1 color, maybe 2. And no one else was going really for those colors. I mean, no one was contesting me on white, but maybe they're contesting me on blue or whatever.
Right.
But at the end, I didn't even score white because, I think I had the 7, but then somebody else kept like 2 cards. It's just really, it hurts. And I know it's the first playthrough and I should have been, I'll be more aware of it in the future, but it doesn't really matter. Even if I got good at the game, I still just don't like mechanisms where it's like the entire game you're working to build stuff up, but you also have to make sure that you get points for them. And it's kind of like, well, that sucks because at the very end, maybe you miscalculated something or made a mistake or whatever, or just whatever happens, and now you lose all of it.
Right.
I mean, I could have jumped into basically second place, but tied with first maybe. No, it was second. I was 1 point under first place, but instead I was hard last. I don't know. I get it. It's probably bad to play this one time and say something like that, but since I've played at least Lost Cities and it's very similar, or even if I didn't, I mean, that mechanism in general just does not appeal to me. So, but again, it's not a bad game.
Right.
It's a great game.
No, and when you explained it at the time, I get it. As far as, I don't know, I could, the mechanism, I guess, is in a sense, it sucks when you're on the losing end of it really bad.
Yeah.
And the game itself is kind of claustrophobic in the sense of what kind of cards you want to hold back. You've only got 7 cards, and that sounds like a lot, but it gets when you're going to probably hold 2 cards each for your own colors you're working on, and then trying to build on, and on top of maybe I can squeeze another color in here if I can get the beginning and end of something, and I've got enough time. Then you got to worry about trying to get cards for that color too.
Well, on top of that, you're also holding off. You're like, oh, I just drew the 7 or 8 of a color that this person needs.
Right, and you're also holding stuff that you just don't want to lay down for someone else to pick up.
Yeah.
So it's pretty claustrophobic in the sense of, not enough cards. You need 8 or 9 to do what you really want to do.
Right.
Or at least feel more comfortable in doing that.
I will say that even though I don't like that style of scoring or whatever, I am looking forward to playing it a lot more.
Yeah.
Because I like Lost Cities a lot. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is, being like an expanded, play 3 or 4 players, I might like it better with 3, but 4, maybe you're a little bit, I don't know. It's just like maybe different strategies because everybody's got colors out there. So which ones do you want to target?
Right.
I'm going to try to block orange and yellow, but I can't do anything on black, so I'm done. If somebody else has to block that player.
Right. Both times I played it was with 4. It'd be interesting to see with a lower player count.
Yeah.
And see how that goes. I know that when Eric brought the game out, I was happy he got it because I did enjoy it the first time, even though not really understanding it and kind of getting destroyed by the dude. But like I said, I was just, when he brought it out to play it, I was like, oh, cool. Because I did enjoy it. I did have fun playing it. I was happy to see it again. So
yeah,
it makes you feel like Bob Ross. You're painting trees. It relaxes you. It's all calm and chill. No.
Make sure you got a bigger table.
Yeah. You need room.
Yeah. Because, your stuff's all over the place. You're building this huge grid and, so, I thought it was a small card game and it takes a lot of space. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, good game. Any final thoughts on it?
Happy little tree.
Anyway, that's Arboretum.